Hello, my beautiful and amazing people. Good evening. Good evening. It's your baby girl and your beautiful girl, Rachel K, on tonight's episode of Ladies with Stories TGIF. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you are excited as I am. It's been a stressful week, so I'm super excited about this Friday. So, how are you? Where are you viewing from? Kindly drop your comments in the section box so we can say hello to the people in your vicinity, okay? So, how are you this evening? Good evening, good evening, good evening. What's happening? Drop a comment. Let's know you are with us. Where are you viewing? Good evening, Grace. How are you doing? I hope you're fine. Hope everyone is fine. It's good to have everyone this evening. And trust me, today's event is lovely. If you know someone that needs to be here that is not here yet, just let the person know that Lois is live. We are live here. So tell them to come on board. You can catch us on YouTube or on Facebook, just in case they tell you, oh, I'm not on Facebook. Tell them we're on YouTube. Tell all the singles around you we're on YouTube. So tell them to watch. We are super interested about this event because, come on, it has to do with all the single ladies, all the single boys. Come on, let's go. So drop your comment in the section box. Let's know where you're viewing from so we can say hello to the people there. Hello, Salamatu. Hi, everyone. Okay, let me just give us some few more minutes while we wait for everyone to be here. I hope everyone is here. So drop your comments. Where are you viewing from? Where are you viewing from? Tell somebody we are live, we are live, we are live. Ladies with Stories is live. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a great evening. I hope everyone is doing very well. Everyone is fine. The people in your area are doing well. It's your girl, Rachel KTGIF, and we welcome all our beautiful first timers on the platform. Ladies with Stories is a platform where we inspire and empower women to succeed. We do this through sharing of true life stories, experiences, and we use other means such as our conferences, our Wednesday Women, to celebrate great and amazing women. So that is what we are here for: inspire you and empower you to succeed. So we'll give 2 more minutes before we bring our guest. Our guest is right here, ready for us this evening. So please, if your friends are not here, tag them. Let them know Ladies with Stories is live. And also kindly share this video, like and share the video, like and share the video. Please tell somebody we are live. Lois is live. Lois is live. We are live and we're going to be learning this evening on how to build yourself while you wait for the right partner. And in doing such, creating positive impact. Who is ready for tonight? If you're ready for tonight, drop a one in the comment section. Drop a one in the comment section. If you're ready for tonight, drop a one, drop a one. Let people know we are live. So drop a one in the comment section so we can say hi, hi, hi. Let's bring our guests. So drop a one, drop a one, drop a one. Share this on your status. Tell people Lois is live. Share on your Facebook. Tell them we are live. I can see the ones. I can see the ones. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep the ones coming. Okay. You ready? I am ready also. Yep. One again. Let's keep the ones coming. Hi, Mima. Keep your ones coming. Keep your ones coming. I can see you all. Thank you so much for joining the show. So, without so much waste of time, we'll be bringing up our guests. right here in the studio. So, with a clap, a beautiful smile, please make welcome our guest for tonight, Victoria. Woo! Good evening.
Evening. How are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for coming on the show this evening. We are all excited and waiting to hear the plenty you have for us. It's such a privilege to have you here, considering your busy schedule. We are so grateful and we're ready to learn this evening. Ladies with Stories is a platform where we inspire women through sharing true life stories, experiences, and all that it is to inspire and empower younger generations, older generations, but all we know to inspire women to succeed. And tonight, we are ready to be inspired by your teaching. Are you ready for us?
I will try my best. I'm ready.
All
Having
right, thank you so much. So, without any waste of time, please feel free to, take us through the journey. Our topic for today is how to build yourself and create positive impact while waiting for the right your partner. So, let me just say the right partner. So, what do you think about this topic? But before we start, if it's going to be okay by you, we know we have your biography, but if you can just tell us a little bit about yourself and then you flow from there.
okay. Hello everyone. Hope you're well. It's going to be an exciting night, and I hope that as I speak, that it's not just one way. If you have questions, let it be interactive so that it can be fun. And I hope the little that I share will take something away from it. So my name is Victoria Wya. I am from Nigeria, from Kaduna State. I am also British, so I'm British Nigerian. I'm a banker. I'm also a gospel singer, and also I do co co-own a company that sells African accessories. So that's what I do. I'm the eldest of six children. I'm an only girl with five brothers. So yes, I'm the
Mm.
oldest. So pressure, pressure, pressure. And also, I'm not scared of my age, actually. I am 44 years old and I feel very proud of it. So
Oh,
single and
every day young.
yes, and yeah, and my aim today is just to talk about the single journey and also like how to maximize your life as a single person because sometimes people feel just because they're single that life doesn't happen, life doesn't continue, you can't accomplish things in life, and I'm here to encourage. So hopefully, I will try and share some nuggets that will help.
Okay, we are ready. Thank you so much. Life is beautiful, single and beautiful, and you look so pretty. So we want to understand, how do we build ourselves? How do we create impact while we wait for the right partner?
So first and foremost, I think what I would say about before you can create impact, you need to build yourself as a person. And
Mm,
what does that mean? It first starts from you. Do you like yourself? Because after any impart, if you don't feel imparted as a person, and what does that mean? Um, we know life is not perfect. I will never say that. But when you look at yourself, each one, who do you see in the mirror? One of the things I'll say for me, when I wake up in the morning, one of the things I do every day is affirmations and speak to myself. I look at myself and I'm like, you're beautiful, Victoria. You're blessed,
mm,
of course. You're one of the most high. And even in days where you don't feel like it, I will still say it. Reminds me of this song. There's this song, this Waymaker song, where there's a part, the newer version, where it says, "Even when I don't feel it, you're working." So
yeah.
some of when you confess things and say things, it's not just about how you're feeling at that time. It's saying what you want into your life. So I think it's first of all loving yourself as a person. And when I say loving yourself as a person, not to say challenges don't come, but when you start from that, then from what you have from within, then you can impart onto others. So that's the first starter, I'd say. So what does that entail? How do then people will ask, how do you love yourself?
Mm,
Everyone in this world will have something that they might not really um, like about themselves. Nothing focus on it. And one of the things, the first things I do is to look at, okay, what are the great things or what are the good things, the blessings in my life? Focus on those things more than the things that you don't have. The fact that, and anything I'm going to say today, most people know, but maybe I will just reject people's memory. Do you know that
okay.
people that did not wake up today? They're gone, but
Mm.
we're here. The fact that you have breath and you can wake up, that means you have the opportunity to make impact.
Yeah.
So when you wake up, one of the first things I wake up, I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm alive. This is another opportunity to do something with my life. I
Mm.
stand, I go to the mirror, look at myself. Girl, even when I look tired, even when I'm getting ready for the gym, you're beautiful, you're blessed. You will be a blessing to others. I speak that to myself.
Absolutely.
You start saying that to yourself. Before you know it, even when you say you actually believe it, you stand with confidence. You start. It just it comes through you, what you speak, and the power of the tongue. I am a Christian. So the parts of things I will say will come from a Christian point of view. I know the audience here is not just Christian, but I also strongly believe in the power of words. So from that, out of that, and knowing the confidence that I have in myself, then I can impart others so that irrespective of even when I have challenges and people come and want to be imparted, because I know who I am, even in times of challenges, I can still impart. And I'll give
Yeah.
examples. There are times when I've been out of work, I've lost a job, and you can imagine where the last thing you want to do is talk to somebody on the phone. But someone will come and give their problems. But from within, even they won't even know. But out of that, because you know who you are and you've told yourself you'll still be a blessing to others, you can still
Yeah.
give. And that is where it goes back to that loving yourself in the first place, and knowing who you are, so that even when things are you're going through challenges, you can still have an impact onto others. I'll stop
Mm.
for now. And yeah, if there's anything else you want me to say?
Okay, that is amazing. So, you just mentioned affirmation. Do you like yourself? That is a question we need to wake up every morning asking. Okay, do I like myself? So, liking yourself, it's kind of like the first step towards making impact, because you must accept who you are before you're able to give out that person. And you make mention of affirmations. They are so powerful. I think the speaker we had two Fridays ago made mention of affirmations, and they keep going on affirmation, affirmation. So, how do you relate this affirmation with not even, it doesn't even go hand in hand with not believing what you are saying, or maybe you believe what you're saying, but it doesn't look like it's happening to you? I don't know if you understand it.
So sometimes those affirmations, and as I said before, it's something that you start telling yourself, irrespective of whether it's happening or not. And sometimes you need those reminders. So I'll give an example what I do personally. Most I work from home, and on my desk where I work, on my wall, there are different affirmations. So you can imagine where you're having a bad day, whether we like it or not, we need to work.
Yeah.
If where I'm working, sitting and spending most of my day, on my wall, first it has words of positivity. Even when you don't feel like
Mm.
it's in your face, you cannot run away from it. I have pictures of my loved ones. It's there. I have pictures of myself when I look good.
Mm.
So the things that are all reminders of how positivity, even when you don't feel positive, that it's speaking back to yourself. I love music. I have playlists of songs that will uplift me. So even before, and for different things, because for me, music is something that speaks to me very, very dearly. So I put songs also that will lift up my spirit, that speak the kind of words that I know I need for me to be the best version of myself. So that even in times when there are challenges, I can still listen to those words and it will still affirm me. You know, there are times when you feel so down and you can't even speak it,
Yeah.
but you also have those things that will speak back to you. It could be
Mm.
music, the words on there. Also having the right circle, whether it's family or friends, who also see that in you, see that power that you have, see that strength that you have, see that thing that sometimes you have things so much wealth in you as a person to give that you don't see it yourself, but the people around you can see you. So who you
They
surround
say
yourself
it.
with is very important. And that is why even in times when you do not feel 100%, that community you have around you, be very careful of the community you choose, will uplift you, and you also uplift others. And that's how it's not just about you imparting people, but people can also impart you when it's needed.
Mm, absolutely. People can impact you. So who is in your circle matters. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So just moving forward to the discussion of today, how to build yourself and create impact while waiting for the right partner. We have made mention of affirmations. We have made mention of believing in yourself, loving yourself the way you are. But what we find out today is that most ladies, or the ladies I've heard and I've come across, while some on the page share, they get depressed not having the right partner or not finding a partner. So they always worry, oh, when will I get married? How do I go about this? How do you encourage these ladies to remove their minds and occupy their minds with something else?
Okay. So one thing is a lot of people don't realize when you are single, you have all the time in the world to do whatever you like, how you like. And that is something that people forget.
Mm,
In the time when you are waiting and you don't have someone in your life, these are the things I'll tell you to do.
okay.
What is it you want out of your life? And this is things you want out of your life, whether there's someone in your life or not. Make a list of it. How far? This is not with a partner. This is just what you want for you. How far have you gone with it? If you haven't, let's say you have 10 things, you've only done two. It's this time's the opportunity to be able to keep building that thing, because when you do meet that person that you can partner with, they see an asset, they see value that you're bringing.
Mm,
Because sometimes people sit down and say, oh, I want a partner, I want a partner, but are they truly ready?
yeah.
Partnership is not easy. It is hard work. So the time when you're waiting, it is best for you to do the things you want to do, because you'll be sharing your time. Not you don't have all the time to yourself. You need to share with your partner. And some of the things that you might have to sacrifice some of the things you're doing. So one thing I'll say during the waiting, definitely build yourself up. Take good care of yourself for God's sake. I
Mm,
beg you. Sometimes instead of staying depressed, some people, because they haven't got what they want, it's written all over their face that I'm single. Like the world has finished. There are people who are younger than me, they look much older than me, and I'm like, why? Why? If anything, this is the best time to take care of yourself. If you need to go and exercise, go and exercise. Even if you're sitting at home, if you look good, we're
mm,
not saying go and buy something expensive, because these are all the things you're doing in preparing yourself. People think, oh, you meet a partner and then you'll just start like that. No, you
yeah.
practice who you want to be. So when you're at home, take care of yourself, good hygiene, um, eat well, so that your health is good, your physique is good, your mind is good. Feed also
Mm,
yourself with that you listen to that are positive
mm,
for yourself. If there's an interest that you like, also um, find one that you want. If it's, let's say, cooking, find a cooking club. If it's a reading club, find a reading club. Some people have activities that they go to, whether in their churches or other places of religion. Find people with similar interests, and also go out, because some people just sit down at home and think someone will just come from the sky and meet them. Be sociable. I know not everyone is an extrovert
yeah.
and introvert, but also from time to time, go out and mingle with friends. And don't also go out necessarily just to say, oh, today when I go out, oh, I'm going to find someone. No. That's why it's important to go to places of things that you have interest. Because whether you meet someone or not, it doesn't matter. At least you've gone out and had fun. Um,
Mm,
but one thing I do beg, please don't sit at home feeling sorry for yourself. I must say, and this is an appeal I will make, especially sometimes to some of our family members and some of our
mm,
friends. They sometimes feel that they're doing you good, but actually they're actually sending depression to people. Where, like, when are you getting married? You're not
oh, those
married.
questions. I was going to ask, how do we deal with those questions? Because people will definitely ask you, when are
So
you
it's,
getting married? What are you doing?
yes. So one of the things I would say, it's not easy. You have to build resilience for those people, unfortunately. And sometimes it's not a popular thing. So I apologize in advance if I'm going to offend anyone with there are things I've had to say to people that they've had to back up and leave me alone.
Mm,
When it comes to when will you get married? Oh, you're too picky. I will say, no, I'm not picky. It is my life. I
Yeah.
once said to someone, they did not like what I said. And they said, why are you not married? You're too picky. And I said, I choose not to live a life of pain.
Mm.
Because even if the person is married, all their marriage is pain. So is that I don't want to rush. If it's not the right person for me, then I don't want to get married. I'd rather stay single and whole. And every time you go through a relationship too, and there's been a separation,
Yeah.
there is it takes a part of you. And what also I want is any time if I do or when I do get into any relationship, is that I'm giving the best of my version of
Yeah.
myself. So it's also important, even through this waiting period, that when, let's say, there's been a relationship breakdown, for example, take time, take stock. What did
Mm.
I do? What did I not do so well? What will I do differently? What lesson can be learned? Also, take time to heal. And also, not also, because another thing that I feel can also affect us is where things have broken down and all we do is just victim blame and also not take
Mm.
certain responsibilities for ourselves. So it's definitely important to take stock. And this waiting time also it also helps you healing, reflection, and seeing what else can I do better. But for our family members, sometimes those who will push us say, why is it not happening now, or comparing with others,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to build deaf ears. And
Stamina.
I am not saying it's easy. I will not always easy, but you have to build a way to be able to do that. Sometimes I will speak to some of my friends. Sometimes there's certain calls I do not pick anymore because I feel if
They're
I
gonna
answer
ask
your
the same thing. Yeah.
you're going to tell me something that will, so it's either going to be two things. It's either I will get upset, um, or I can just choose to ignore you and not pick your calls. So I choose not to pick people's calls because they're not going to add value to me. Um, but as I said, I know it's not easy, especially with our culture. But one thing
Mm.
I'll say, do not settle because you're rushing to get married. Because trust me, if you think loneliness is killing you when you're single, it is 10 times worse. If you end up marrying someone who you're not connected with, you will feel 10
Mm.
times. And that is when true depression will come in.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
in as much as, yes, marriage is a beautiful thing, it's good when it's the right person. It flourish. It's wonderful to have a companion, but let it be the right person because if it's not, it can just be pain, pain, pain. So, and what else was I going to say? Find friendships also
Mm.
that have to be romantic. I don't know, for me, maybe it's because I'm an only girl and have lots of brothers. I also have male friends.
Yeah.
I put my brain. Sometimes even when a relationship has broken down, I speak to them because then I'll use it as a learning tool. To speak to them. What can they tell me? And especially when it's not romantic, they will give you tips. They are men.
Mm.
Some made mistakes in the past. There's certain things, no matter how we as women, we will never see it from a woman's perspective, but a man will tell you. So
Yeah.
also during this waiting time and being single, speak to your male friends, pick their brains, want to understand how is it that a man's dynamic works. And obviously the male around you that are not romantic, and those obviously be careful. Um,
Yeah. I was gonna
also,
say the line between at that point where you're vulnerable.
so when you're the most vulnerable, I would say take time out. Don't surround yourself because that's where you can even fall more victim, even the more.
Okay.
But I'm just talking about when you are through your healing and through your singleness and your whole, from time to time, speak to your friends. And if you're vulnerable and you're not sure, take other friends along and speak. Some of this male can even be your family members. Just know how sometimes, because there's certain things sometimes I just don't understand how a man thinks. It's just crazy. But sometimes when you just speak to your male friends or your
They
family
help
members,
out.
they help out. And then you can also self-reflect and say, okay, for me, going forward through this journey, this is what I can do. And sometimes when I want to go out, I go out with my male friends who there's nothing going on, purely platonic, all my family members. Because sometimes also you don't want to just turn out. Do you get what I mean? And just sit down. It makes you feel good. Especially if you do have male friends or family who have similar interests with you. Go out with them. Another thing I would also say, and I know it's not everyone that can do it during a single time. Couples that you see who have healthy relationships, surround yourselves with them. Because for me, what I see with that is it's a mirror of what I aspire to be. Pick their brains, speak to them. Some who are open will tell you the good sides, the not so good sides. They'll give you advice. Be a blessing to them. Sometimes I babysit for friends. I don't have children. So I find joy where I go around friends who have children and children just run all over me. And there's some of my single friends are like, don't you feel a certain kind of way? You don't have kids, you're not married, but you go and you're jubilating. And I tell
Yeah.
them, I said, but is that not better than sitting at home and feeling depressed? Be a
Mm.
blessing. You go somewhere and you want people don't want you to leave because you're a blessing to them. That is how you do impact. You impact people's lives. So just because you're not in a certain place doesn't mean you cannot still be a blessing. And for me, it gives me so much joy. So that even through that journey along the way, when you do meet that person, they meet you still blossoming throughout, whether it's through your
Mm.
work, being a blessing wherever you are. And you be glowing, not someone who's just depressed, thinking, oh, when will my time come? And sometimes, unfortunately, if you are that depressed, some men can smell it. And that's how
Hmm.
you get taken advantage of. So also be careful. That is why it's very important to make sure that you are living positively through your singleness. If not, desperation can lead you even into deeper fire.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
That is, yeah, that's just so amazing. Listening to everything, it's kind of like, yes, you need to be careful. At the same time, you need to mingle around. At the same time, there is so much caution around it. And it's so easy to sleep out of depression and slip into depression in such situation because you have family members asking you, you have friends also, some friends where you think you'll find, comfort to be like, okay, are you not feeling somehow now? And that will keep you thinking, okay, what should I do? Should I be here or should I not be here? Thank you so much. So within this period, just using your own self as an example, how have you been able to achieve so many things? Reading your biography, it's so interesting. It's so professional. You're so, so professional, yet on the other flip of it, it's full of fun. Like 30 countries, is it 30 or 60 countries I saw? And I'm like, how did this
Yes.
person travel this? How
So
did you
yeah,
how did you manage to do that?
yeah, so far in my lifetime I've covered 30 countries, but yeah, probably 60 or more cities um in the world, just because my passion is travel. I love traveling a lot.
Mm.
If I don't travel, it's probably because I don't have enough money to travel. Then I'll just sit down at my house. So how did travel start? Even from childhood, when back home in Nigeria, sometimes we'll do trips within Nigeria with parents, um, and just to explore and see new places. So I've always had that kind of passion. So as I started working with school life and then started working and affordability became more, then I could just travel more. And even most of my travels in my earlier days, I was doing it on my own. I didn't need to go with friends because it was just um, something I enjoyed doing. And that's another thing I'm going to chip in there. Sometimes
Okay.
people date yourself, date yourself, date yourself, date
Mm.
yourself, saying it over again, date yourself, do things. Some people, I know it's hard. Sometimes people cannot do things on their own. They need to go in a group. But what if your friends are not available? These are the times
Mm.
you sit down that you will just be depressed. So I like to travel. I like going to the theater. I like yeah, I like to dance. Um
Baby girl life.
I like to dance. And with traveling, one of the things I do is, for example, because budgeting is also important. And these are qualities that you also need to also have, because when you have a partner, these are examples that you also build yourself to be an
Mm.
impact.
Mm.
So one of the tips I do for myself is because I live in the UK. So most times leading to Christmas, I'm not one that tends to shop during Christmas. I'll just hold my money. In January, most times people don't have any money. and that's when of sale. So most of the times my flights, I tend to book it in January, where the prices are much cheaper. I plan my year, I plan where I want to go, and that's how I book my travel. Um,
Mm.
some people are into shopping bags, designer bag. I just put my money more into travel, which for me, the memories, no one can take it away from me. I learned so
Yeah.
much. I do like to, I started taking up hiking about a year ago, and that just opens up your mind to so much. Go out, nature, walk, think, clears your mind, appreciate other cultures, also seeing other countries, and then you learn. You sometimes even meet people, have a conversation. You might never see them again, but
Mm.
that way you're also putting joy, and then you come back home feeling refreshed, feeling happy, sharing it with whoever is around you of your experience, and you can also impart other people to say, "Oh, this is a nice place to go. If you want, you can go." Also and go and check it out. So, and also along the way, even with my working life, studying, I was working, also getting qualifications because you also want to strive to do better with yourself. So these are the things that if I don't know, I'm not saying you can't do it when you're married, but it could be 10 times
Yeah, it
harder.
could
So
be. Yeah.
you're single, you have more time, you can schedule your time, do some studying, acquire some qualifications, and that betters yourself. That gives you more opportunity within your workspace to get promoted and more opportunities. I do sing, I sing in church. Also, sometimes I get invited to events to go and sing, things like that. I might not have that if I'm in
If
a
you, yeah,
or in a relationship. Not to say you can't do that, but it's just juggling it will be harder.
it's
So
kind of like maximizing your time.
exactly. And doing it so that when you look back and you live your life later, you're like, wow, all those years I had so much fun. I fulfilled a lot. And you can share it.
Mm.
And more importantly, I see people who are much younger than me, and I'm thinking, okay, yes, you're not there. And they're already depressed. And I'm like, so what should I say? And also what I do and what I try and do with my life is looking at me. If I am doing
Mm.
that age, then maximize. So that way you're a light to others and encourage them. And not to say I are there days that I feel low sometimes? Of course, there are.
Mm.
I'll give an example. The days when I feel low, and that day I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not feeling well, but I'll wear my lipstick. I'll wear my
Mm.
anywhere. I'll just dress up and sit down at home. Because when I find that and I do that, even if it's just a red lipstick, nothing else, it's like you're deliberately counteracting that feeling that
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
and say, no, I'm not going to feel this way.
Mm.
Play music, put some candles. I love perfumes. I love smelling good. Spray my perfumes, and before you know it, your spirit
Your spirit
uplifts.
is up. Yeah.
Also, recognizing the things that trigger you to feel low and
Mm.
preparing yourself ahead of time. You don't wait till when you feel low, then you say, oh, what am I going to do? No, I have playlists for different moods. So if I don't feel like praying, I have playlist that has prayers. If I'm feeling sad, I have playlist of music that will all it says is joy. I
Mm.
have where it's my Afro beats, I will dance. I sing sometimes when I feel low and I'll just sing. I'll sing, 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 sing. So just having things to do to counteract how you feel is so important. So I can be at home sitting down, I'm not going anywhere. And I'll just make up, sit down, look pretty. I post a lot on Instagram. I do promote brands also. A lot of times I'm at home and I've snapped those photos. It's not like I've gone anywhere. And I'm still
Mm.
imparting and promoting brands out there to say, look, this is what
Yeah.
these are clothes you can go and wear. You can still look beautiful. Also promoting people who wear sometimes people are my size or because I'm 14, 16, I've lost some weight. So I'm so happy. Part of
I
my
have to be
fitness.
like you.
But also, even for what I post, I have people that come to me and say, they're slimmer than me. And they're like, we can never pose like this. And I'm like, why not? So even when you're inside the house and you might not be having a great day, but having those messages because you're still doing things to have impact, it lifts
Mm.
your Some days you don't know. It's maybe that day that you don't feel so great. Someone will just send you a message. Oh, wow, that post that you put on Instagram was good. Oh, I love your outfit. You look so beautiful in that thing. Oh, where do you get this from? Oh, your skin looks amazing. You're not wearing, because I wear makeup. I'm not saying I don't wear makeup. And I will post either way because, sometimes on social media, people always just put their perfect side. I do both. I go to the gym. When I'm going to the gym, there's no makeup on my face. But people will come and say, what's your skin regimen? What do you do? And I'll help them. It's no big, it doesn't cost you anything to give information. Little things like that. So when the guy comes, you will look correct.
It's ready and you're ready.
One thing also to meet someone, it's also someone who is compatible. That's another journey you have to go through. So whilst you're waiting, it's also building yourself, building resilience, having clarity. What do you want? So that when you do meet, very clear, this is what I want. And also there's times when you might go through the journey and the journey has to be cut short. Life is not over. You learn from it, start the cycle again. If gain some experience and move on. And also things don't have to end up nasty. Also, identify that when also things go wrong, it doesn't have to go really bad. Yeah. You might cry, have a few tears, all that. That is normal. That is human. We are human. Talk to your friends, cry over it. Go back to those things that you love doing. Because those things that you do will still be there, and carry on that journey.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It just takes us back to the beginning. Do you like yourself? Do you know who you are? Because everything you have said right now, how you pick up the lipstick, the perfumes, because you already know who you are. You already know what triggers you to happiness. And so if you don't even have an idea on those things, there is no way you won't be depressed. So now I'm beginning to understand, okay, these are the reasons why people it's just basically because they are not so sure of themselves, or they don't really know what to do, how to go about identifying the things they like and putting that to work. While you're still talking, it kind of like, okay, let me just ask, are there points where you were told your standards were too high and you needed to reduce those things?
Oh, yes. God.
How did you deal with that?
I just ignore them. I'm just going to be honest. I ignore them. And I'm like, well, if it's too hard, then I'm not the right person for you. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista. I'm someone who I tend to be very clear on what I want, and I'll say it. And I try and from time to time put some pointers out there to say, okay, are we on the same? Are we aligned? Are we not aligned? I'll give some grace. But if you feel my expectations are too much, for example, or my standards are too high, then so be it. That's what I want. But that's what will make me happy. If you go for something that doesn't make you happy, then what's the point? That is how depression will be. And as I said before, it's 10 times worse. It's better for you to be on your own and know that, okay, I'm expectant, than to be with someone. I've been there before where you're with someone and you're staying because I want to have someone in my life, but you're not happy and you're dying inside, you're aging. And I'm like, no. Then you look at the mirror and you're literally a shadow of yourself. That is not life at all. And when I came to that realization, I'm like, no. I choose to live life to the max. All of us pray for long life. We don't know how long we're on this earth for, but I think we'll do a disservice to ourselves if every day that we're given by God that we're not making the most of it. So, and also I also do not underestimate that, even though one thing I am so thankful, I'm blessed, I feel blessed by, because of that openness. I'm not married. I don't have children. The amount of married people that come and still come for advice to me, not married, is amazing. What does it show? It shows character. It shows they can trust you. It shows that I won't judge you.
Yeah.
People in this society, especially, and sometimes the craziness that happens, for someone to give you their child to take care of, to babysit, people, it's not something to take for granted. So in that aspect, where you don't have that, and where people can entrust you with certain information and can still be an impact even when you're not in that situation, I can't say more than thank you, God. I can't, even sometimes in the beginning, I won't, yes, in the beginning when it first started, I used to get angry with God that, are you mocking me? What is this? Like sometimes
Mm.
people, the people you talk to, you want to put them together at the end of together, you give them advice, follow ABC, and it will
And then
work.
it worked.
Nothing's happening for you. Like, hello,
Did you
what is
offend
going
God?
on? But then when I switched and said, actually, this is a privilege, because there are people who will look at you and say, what do you know? You're not there.
Mm. Mm.
So the fact that the people can still come to you and give you that honor, that people that have come to me said, you're the one who's going to do our baby shower. You're the one who's going to do
Aw.
this. Um, People who confide in me, oh, I'm pregnant, and nobody knows, and you're having this excitement inside you, expect, and then when the child comes, you are bursting with happy tears, because from the bottom of my heart, I'm truly happy for them. I'm not in their situation, but I have joy because I
Mm.
feel, even if I'm not somewhere, what I strongly believe about true love is, even when you don't have something, if the people around you have that thing that you desire, whether it's a relationship or marriage, you should be able
Yeah.
to and celebrate with them. Because how I see it is, someone around you having what you desire and you can celebrate with them, all I have to say is thank you, God. And
Mm.
it gives so much joy. But I also appreciated that not everyone has the capability to do so. People, I have had friends who stopped talking to me, single friends, because they said they don't understand my glow. They don't understand how I can go and celebrate a children's party. They don't know how I can go and celebrate at people who are married.
Mm.
And I feel sorry for them. All I can do is pray for them, but I'm not going to allow it to stop me. I will keep on going. And if
Yeah.
anything, I pray that God will touch them. So I do appreciate that there are people who go through that, but I would beg that instead of wasting your life staying depressed, talk to people, find new things. Um, Even if you just want to have a conversation, people who are watching this, you can message me on Facebook. I can, I'm a very busy person, but if from time to time you just want someone just even listen, sometimes all you need sometimes just someone to listen, someone rant.
Mm.
That's it's okay also. But also I'm that kind of person, even when you rant, after a while, if you rant too much, I'll say, oh mom, my sister,
You don't do.
there's something for you to do so you can shift your mind. You can't stay down there for too long. Also, you need to live life,
Yeah.
because one thing you think of, what if you went out and walked around and you died today? When you look back at your life, will you say,
Mm.
oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that? So that is another way I also think about life that, what if I didn't wake up tomorrow? Would
Wow.
I, if I woke up and I was no longer here, would I be thankful about what I did yesterday? That's
Mm.
also my mantra for how I live.
Wow. Amazing. This is really amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. It's just, it's so real because sometimes you will always have your low moments, and how you pick yourself up is what matters. So saying, we're not saying don't feel down, or don't let yourself, what's the English now?
You're allowed to feel that we're human. We're human. So yeah.
Yeah, so you're allowed to feel down. You're allowed to feel down, but don't stay there. There is a point where you need to get up and remember who you are, and reflect that person. Your
Yes.
true person is inside. And situations can come, comments can come, they can hit you left, right, and center, but then don't remain there. That is the way to make impact. Just, as a quick summary of what you have said this evening, is believe in yourself, know the things that trigger you. To make impact, you must know what you are offering. So that means you must have value to offer. You must have
Yes.
something you are offering. It could be your character, for people to bring children to you, for your friends to come to seek advice. Not being married and giving advice is wisdom. It's not just all about experiences. Sometimes God blesses people with wisdom. So it could be your wisdom to translate to other people. So you must have something to give out. So the impact we're checking here is, what do you have to offer while you're waiting for the partner? When the partner comes to see you, are you prepared? because you must be settled. Marriage is not for the faint-hearted, neither is it for the tough-hearted. It is for people that can, balance that together. So are you ready to balance it up together? You need to ask yourself, what makes you happy? When you're down, what makes you happy? Do you just wail and weep and, there is nothing to do again? Do you have friends you can, turn to and tell, okay, see, this is what's happening and all that? That is just basically the summary of this evening's discussion with Victoria. And it's been so amazing because sometimes we tend to move towards, okay.
Sorry, I'm so sorry to cut you in. I just remember something. When you, sorry, because this is really important. If I don't say this, I will be doing a disjustice to people. Talk about standards and keeping high standards. I do have a flip side to say. Some of us ladies, my sisters, I love you. But sometimes also some of the things we are expecting from a man, we can't give it. But we're expecting it. So let's also be realistic with our expectations. So let me give an example. I sometimes hear people saying, oh, this man must earn that. He must have a house. He must have a thing. He must have this kind of car. He must have that. And then I'm thinking, how old are you? Where are you? What age group? How many people in that age, at that stage of life, have that? Find someone with those characters and characteristics that are more everlasting. Things like money, you can build. Character. Some character, they're there. Some, God help you, once you see some character, run away. So also imagine expectations. For my age, yes, I'm 44. There's certain things at a certain age, you would say yes. There's certain expectations you want, which are in line with the age you should have achieved. But where I find someone who is, let's say, 25, wanting exactly what I want, I have worked hard. I have certain things. And if you haven't achieved and you're expecting the same thing, that's also sometimes the reason why people will not get what they want in situation, because their standards, it's too high. They're not being realistic. If you just come out of me and you look and don't compare, do not compare with. That's another thing that frustrates people. So someone will see someone and say, oh, my friend's getting married. This one's getting married. This one's getting married. Celebrate them. Because you don't know what sacrifices they're making to happen. They might also have achieved a bit more. Maybe they saved them. Let's say they've saved enough to get married. You are still on a journey. You might have had someone who was really, really good, kind-hearted, managing himself. He can take care of you, but you can build together. And you let him go. And you just see 2-3 years. He was that man for you. And then you live also in depression. So also forgive yourself for those missed people that you let slide because of lack of wisdom. That is very good. If you do not also forgive yourself for any past mistakes and let go, because that is another thing that is binding people down in captivity and they can't live life fully. That's all I have to say. Sorry, I had to say that.
You have concluded the event. Let us go home. We can now say amen and go.
Oh, thank you.
That's super amazing. You have to forgive, and then the standard thing you said is true, because sometimes we're looking for standards that we don't even have. Like I said, before the partner comes, are you settled? Because you need to be settled. You need to show yourself approved also that, okay, I'm ready. I have what it takes to be there. The same way you're looking at another person and hoping, another person is also looking at you and hoping. So yes. It's true. What you said is true. It's really, really, really true. I didn't think it that way, but it's true. We need to look ahead while looking ahead of, okay, this is how we expect this person to be realistic with it. So if I know then they'll tell you if the person has prospects, yes, you can start constituting him. But then you need to think about the prospects you're constituting. At what age are we talking about prospects here? Because somebody that is older should have achieved those things. So if we're talking about prospects, wouldn't be thinking about somebody 70, 80, and we're still thinking, okay, he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have a car, and you're 25, 30, 40. So it's different than you that you're 25 and the guy is 30 and you're both looking at your sides. Okay, the prospect here and the prospect there. So that's true. Guys, drop your questions. It's question time, question time. We need to ask all the questions before we go. We have, I think, 10 minutes before we go. Do you have a question? Yes, loving yourself is your number one priority. That's true, no? So you need to love yourself. Basically, this whole discussion today, it's more like loving yourself, knowing yourself, and it's going to prepare you for what you're looking for. The right partner will come, but while you're waiting for the right partner to come, don't be idle. Get your mind to work, get your hands to work, get your brain to work, volunteer yourself to people, serve people, what you admire. If you see relationships that you admire, love it with your heart and don't complain too much and stop. Oh, God, when, God, when, God, when. Sometimes I know it's just for the fun of it, but at the same time, if you're not careful, it becomes more like a worry instead of an appreciation.
Yes.
So when you realize you're always God, when, and the next moment you're sad, then you need to watch it. It's okay to like, oh God, when you see something beautiful just for the fun of it and, just a compliment. But when it passes the compliment, be careful. And it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Your partner will meet you prepared. Imagine two people making impact together. So it's not when the partner shows up that you want to start discovering yourself. That marriage is going to be disastrous. Because for every marriage you meet, it's just both of you putting yourselves to give your 100. So it's not about 50-50, it's 100-100. So when the person meets you, you're adding value, he's coming with his value and you're making impact. So the question that you need to take home is, are you really ready? Mm-hmm. Are you settled? Will the person meet you prepared? Do you have what it takes? Are you ready for that journey called marriage? Our parents say it's a no going back. But then sincerely, are you ready? Because you don't want to be, picking baggages from here, dropping it from there. You need your whole life together. You need your emotions together. Everything needs to be together. So when you meet your partner, you're giving 100% your emotions, 100% of your strength, 100% of who you are. So you're making impact together. So I've spoken again and again. What are the impacts you're making? Find the things you like. What do you like? Build on those things you like now that you're still single. If you like to travel, build on it. If you want to do courses, you want to further your education, go on and do it. If you want to start working, go on and start working. If you want to start business, go on and do your business. Because I've met people that be like, okay, I'm just waiting. If marriage comes, then I'll marry, then I'll go and do my master's. No. Go and do your master's. Marriage will meet you wherever you are. So if you're ready to get married, okay, what's the condition? If you've checked the condition out and it's not something that you can, that's not compatible with your goals and principles, then you need to change it. So you must set the standard.
Look good. Always.
Look good always. Look good always.
You never know where he will find you.
Woohoo! You never know. You never know.
We're not saying go over the top. Just be presentable. How you want to find him. Excuse me. Now look, oh God, I need water.
All right, maybe we can just excuse you to take water.
Yeah.
So drop your questions. Well, we'll wait for her to get some water. So drop your questions. What question do you have? It's amazing that all these principles work in all aspects. Time journey is different from everyone else. Yes, your time is different. Your journey is different. Your destinies are different. So you might have your friends that are married, your older ones that are married, your younger ones that are married, and you are not married. So it is a different journey. Wait for your time. While waiting for your time, build on yourself. Don't just wait idly. Time will pass.
Yep.
the right marriage will come. But have you built yourself? Have you impacted people around you? Do people know who you are? People, the thing about marriage is the partner sometimes goes to ask people around, oh, how is this person like? How is this person like? Do you know anything about this person? That period is when you're building yourself. So when the person asks around, who is this person? They're like, oh, this person has good characters, this, that, that, that. And the person's like, okay, let's go on. But if at that period you're doing nothing and just wasting yourself, when the person comes, the person will go that way. Value attracts value. So for you to attract the right person, you must also be the right person. Welcome back.
Easy. Thank you. And you just voice. Oh gosh.
You were saying something before.
Yes, also I was going to say, don't force anything. Also, if you meet someone, don't force. Even when you meet, don't jump and say, hey, God has done it. Because sometimes people, that's also how they get frustrated. They meet someone and get married. Sometimes we also chase people away because of that. We don't take time to get to know the person. And yes, it's exciting to be dating and all that, but sometimes also because we put so much pressure, it pushes the men away. Well, even when we meet the person, have poise. Yes, say what you want. Keep the communication open and enjoy the process. And if through the process it doesn't work for you, at least you tried. But don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't
If
give up.
anyone, if you want to give up, just think of one lady in London called Victoria Wya. And if you ever feel down, just send me a message. I'm here. We're all here to inspire. I mean, what you do is fantastic. Read these stories.
You.
Well done. I'm so proud of you. And, you know, we continue to live long. So, yes.
Amen. Oh, that's so nice.
One thing I was going to say is for those who are in situations, also, please be sensitive. I'm appealing. If you're married, if you have children, because sometimes you might have people who are married, even people who are married that don't have children, be very sensitive how you speak to people. Someone like me, I will just ignore you. Not everyone is like that.
Yeah.
Be kind. Be kind. Be kind. Even sometimes when you know that, yeah, it's a worry where you want your friend to be married, you want your family member to be married, instead of going and pressuring them, pray for them in your silence. You don't tell them. We know. Who do you think? Some of us don't want to get married. Some do. Some want to be in relationships. Some don't. We don't. But they already know. So just be kind. If anything, if you love them, get them treats. I like gifts. So instead of using your mouth to do something to destroy them, invest in them. You're single, invest. Whether buy them an outside fit, even though something they like, pay for an event for them to go to. That is a little way how to support those who you want them to be able to achieve certain things, whether in a relationship or in a marriage, instead of using your words to actually tear them. So just be mindful of that for our loved ones. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Be sensitive on how you speak to people. So not everyone has that capacity to withstand your comments or your words. So don't be the reason why somebody will be depressed. Don't be the reason why somebody will be suicidal just because you asked, when are you getting married? Are you not tired? This, that. Nobody made you the judge. Let it be. Enough of the questions, enough of the when and all. So let it be. I think we have some questions down, but then the comments have covered it. So we'll just try to pick that out. But while we're picking that out, let me just ask, what is the role? What do you think about connections? Okay, let me connect it to this and that. Do you think it's advisable to do that?
Oh, yes. In the past, I would say no, but I think yes. If it's people that you trust, I think yes. If you have to be mindful and discern, obviously. Now, I've had people who've come and said, oh, this person would be very nice for you. And then I'll ask them why. And then you find that they don't really know much about this person. And I'll be so angry, like, what? You think just because I'm single, I'll just take anybody? No. So where it's like, let's say someone who you trust, they probably have a relationship with this person. There are things probably they've seen about this person. I think it might be a good fit, a good match with you two. Yes, sometimes being introduced. I know people who've been introduced and it's worked, and they're married. This is not a bad thing. There's no guarantees, but I think nowadays, especially now with the world of social media and all that, sometimes you don't know people. So if you're being introduced by someone that actually knows the person, I think it adds a bit more weight. It's slightly more secure. But also there are other ways people have been meeting. People meet people online. Also, not everyone is that daring. But I wouldn't say no to connections, especially if it's from people you do trust. And they're not guys. Also, don't also be mindful, even when it's people who do the introduction and are people you trust, still do your due diligence. Don't also just take it for granted because it's this person's friend or everything will be hunky-dory. Still, the same thing you would check when you just meet someone that you don't know, still apply it with that person who someone close to you introduced to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So connections are okay, but you just need to learn more about the person, irrespective of who connected you and all. So don't say no to connections. Don't say no. Be open to connections.
Be open to connections, and even when they introduce you, if the person is not aligned with who you want, because you still know, so the connection is not a commitment. The connection is to meet and then talk, see where they align, then you make a decision.
Okay. All right. I think that will be us for tonight. I really can't see the question, but I know there was a question before now, but I can't find it. So let me just check one more time before we go, before somebody will be weeping now that we can ask the question.
That's fine. If there are any questions after, if anyone and anyone wants to ask, just let me know. And then I'll.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been amazing having you. Thank you for helping us know how to love ourselves, create value, and make impact while we are still single, and also be open to different types of connections, but also due diligence and knowing how, who and everything about the person. So I will love myself. I will affirm to myself daily. I will think about what makes me happy, and I'll do that when I'm down, irrespective when I'm married now, because I'm a married person. I won't say I won't do those things because they work for everybody. So that's just a beautiful part about it. Knowing yourself, affirm to yourself, build the people around you, do service to other people. Whatever it is, it's going to be sorted. And very soon now, we'll be having wedding bells ringing all around. And we look forward to having ourselves at your wedding, doing a coverage and saying, oh, she told us we should wait. And now she has waited and the person is here.
Lord. We shall see. Actually, can I answer that question that was asked? I'll be nice.
Okay.
It says, why are you guys not bringing men on the platform? My dear brother, we love you. We love you so much. But the name of this platform is Ladies with Stories. So we welcome all men and women to come and join us. And what we employ is for the men to come and support us women when they hear our stories. And also from listening to us, then you can support us as our brothers, as our friends, as our fathers, our husbands and partners. But the name of the platform is Ladies with Stories. God bless you. That's my
Hallelujah. Okay, I think I've seen the question now. It's on my Facebook page. So it's what is the description of her ideal man? So what's the description of your ideal man?
Wow. Okay. So my ideal man, the first thing of everything, he has to be kind. Kindness is number one. He has to be kind. If you heard me, I didn't say he has to be Christian. It's not number one, because there's some people that he has to be kind. That's my top. Our value systems need to be aligned. It's very important for me, and also be my friend and make me laugh. That's the man. Those are my top. The other things that come with it are all the nice to have that we build. So obviously, someone who is ambitious, knows what he's doing, where he wants to go. I am ambitious. Ideally, things like travel and all that, I like. They're nice to have, but he doesn't need to have that. But my topmost is kindness, have similar values, and it's my friend. Because I think once you have that as a basis, all the other things, it'll be easy to build on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is her ideal man. You can steal those things too. If that is your ideal man, you can steal that. Because yeah, he has to be kind, you have to be friends, and oh. So back there is another question again.
Yes.
Have you ever been pressured to marry, and how did you deal with it?
I get pressured all the time. As I said before, I just ignore it. I ignore people now. I think I've got to a stage now. I think when you hit a certain age, but for the person who asked earlier, I said I am 44 years old. I'll be 45 next year. So when you hit a certain age bracket, you are confident in yourself and you know how to handle. So even when people tell you, you also, I have a way of politely saying back off and let me be. So yes, have there been times when I've been pressured? I have been. But and have I felt down about it? Yes, I have been. Have I had broken relationships? Yes, I have. But I don't. One thing I learned more and more over the years is, and also having experience of being with friends and listening on relationships, even things I've experienced myself, is don't settle with someone just because it's time to settle. Settle with someone that you want to do life with, and you want to make the most with that. And that's why those three core things for me is very important, because you will have rocky times. No, really, anyone that tells you there's no rocky times in a relationship is a liar. But if you have certain fundamentals that I must have for you, when you go through those rocky times, then you can work through it together. And that's what I'm looking for.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Those are the fundamentals. So, what are your fundamentals? What are you looking out for? Those things will guide you when Mr. Right shows up, and when things are not going well, or when things are going well, you'll be able to be, check through the basis for that relationship. So, this is us saying thank you so much for being on the show tonight. We love you, and we look forward to, bringing you back to tell us how you travel and how you go about doing life and enjoying your baby girl life, because we want to enjoy that baby girl life too. Guys, have you seen her page? Go to her page, see her travel videos, see herself, just living the life. So when you see that kind of person, you know that that is the person you need to be in that time of waiting. So who are you in your time of waiting? There are lots of questions you need to go back and ask yourself, listen to it, listen through her voice, take the message that is coming from her soul. Don't listen to what's in her mouth like that. Take the message from her soul and work with it if it aligns with your own goals and principles. Because I know not everybody is going to agree with what she has said this evening. So whatever she has said that works with you, aligns with you, resonates with you, work with that. That's just the essence why we have this platform, to inspire and empower you to succeed. So if we're not inspiring you, we should be able to empower you. But if you think we're not empowering you, then it's fine. Thank you for being on the show tonight. And I pray that your heart desires will come to be. All the singles in the house, you will get married when you are ready to get married, when you are settled, and God knows He can hand over His son to you, because this is God handing another person's life to you. So He will hand that life to you when you are ready and when you are settled. You are okay. There is nothing wrong with you. The fact that you are 35, you are 33, you are 45, you are 50, and you are not married, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. And just be nice to people around you that are not yet married. And, be free with everybody. It's not the thing of, okay, I am married. Oh, I'm going to the married people's club. I am single. I'm going to the single people's club. That's not a good way of doing life. No. It's not a good way of doing life. So just mingle around, get wisdom from those that are married, get wisdom from those that are not married. take advantage of each other, learn and build a beautiful relationship. So I hope we've been able to inspire at least one single person tonight that your best life is now, that you need to build on yourself so other people can enjoy your good deeds. Let your life be an addition to the world. Let the depression of people's questions, and people, please stop asking too many questions. Why are you not married? When are you getting married? You're aging, you are this. Be sensitive with your words, be kind, and show love, and just be, you can help out with connections, good connections, please. You can help out if there is nothing you can offer, help out with good connections. But the moment you realize you don't have good connections to offer, then it is that moment you need to shut up and just relax. Life is not all about you. Spread love, and it's beautiful having everybody here. And we hope to come back again next week, Friday. Hopefully, we hope to come back again next week, Friday. Like, I'm going to Single People's Club tonight to see a movie. Exactly. Ruben is going to Single People's Club to see a movie, and he's not single, he's married. So why would you just streamline your life to, okay, I'm married, I need to go out with married women alone, I need to be with, or you're single, you need to go out with single people alone, and that's not right. That's not right. Readjust your orientation, readjust your mindset. Just be a positive person. Be a positive person. The right man is coming, and I pray you find that right man. And before he comes, build yourself, make impact, let the world feel you. Let them know that there is a name like you, there is a person like you, and boom, everything will be okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Do have a good night rest, my people. I will see you next week, Friday. Hopefully, I'm just going to do a recap next week, Friday, from what we have learned from worries, anxiety, how to build yourself and create impact, and preparing for our conference. Hey, who is happy about our conference? We're having our Laws Conference in October. So if you're in Kaduna, just ensure that you register once the link is opened. Once registration is opened, register, be there, and we'll talk about so many interesting things you don't want to miss. It's going to be a lineup of activities, fun, and just tell people now that Laws is going to happen in October, and we look forward to having you, welcoming you, receiving you, hugging you, and sharing the love all around. I'll be there by the grace of God, and we're going to have fun. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for believing in the platform. Thank you for sharing your data. Thank you for taking your time out to be here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. And if you haven't shared or liked this video, please share it, like it. Let somebody know that there is a platform like this that you are receiving value from. So please, thank you. Good night. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend. TGIF! Bye-bye.